Terry Manuel is an experienced surfer who has been attacked by sharks in some of the worst ways in recent history. Even though Manuel loves the ocean and surfing, he has had to deal with the dark side of these beautiful creatures. He has been mauled, bitten, and attacked by sharks, leaving him with serious injuries and scars that will stay with him for life. In this video, we will talk about the brutal shark attack on Terry Manuel and how he has dealt with them. So subscribe us now and stay with us to find out what happens. Let's start without any further delay. Port Lincoln is near Wiseman's Beach. This terrifying attack happened just off the coast at Wiseman's Beach near Port Lincoln in Peak Bay, South Australia. With its peaceful landscape of bushlands, awe-inspiring coastal cliffs, and pockets of secluded white sand beaches, it's no wonder that the port is known as one of Australia's top tourist destinations for adventurers and vacationers alike. Wiseman's Beach, on the other hand, is a quieter place that looks like a large lagoon and is a great place to fish for people who like to be in quieter, more remote parts of the majestic bay's deep blue waters. To add to its beauty, the coastal ecosystem is home to a wide range of unique animals, from marsupials like gray kangaroos to reptiles like tiger snakes and blue-tongued lizards on land, to the beautiful parrots and seabirds that live there. The coast also has a wide range of aquatic animals, from beautiful marine mammals like sea lions and fur seals to some of the most dangerous animals we know of. On the list are the beautiful but deadly box jellyfish and, of course, the beautiful but feared all over the world great white shark. This area, on the other hand, is not where great white sharks usually live. These waters are known for the once-of-a-lifetime thrill of cage diving with great white sharks, and it has been confirmed that they are home to one of the largest populations of these beautiful and ancient top predators in the world. Even though they could be dangerous to humans if they got too close, shark attacks were and still are very rare in Peak Bay, which is contrary to what most people would think, given the number of great whites in the water there. In fact, about 70 shark attacks on humans are reported each year around the world, but only a small number of those result in death. Given that there are 480 known species of sharks that make up a mostly healthy population, this is actually a small number of attacks. Since the year this attack happened, there hadn't been a shark attack that killed a person in these waters for 9 years, until January 1974, when 26-year-old Terry Manuel was killed and eaten by a great white as he came up from an abalone dive. Story of the attack. Shirley Ann Durden, her husband Barry, and their 4 children recently moved to the Peak Bay coast from a rural Australian town called Carcoo, which is about an hour's drive inland. This was because Barry had severe allergies to farm life, and it was also a no-brainer for the couple, who had always wanted to live by the beach. On March 3, 1985, Shirley and Barry's good friend invited the family to go to the beach for the afternoon. As they set up on the beach, the 3 adults got ready to go diving for scallops while the kids played on the beach. Shirley and Barry tell the children that they will be back soon and that they won't be too far offshore when they do. The children, who are already too busy playing on the beach, respond with quick, careless nods and hasty goodbyes. Of course, they don't know about the horrors that are about to happen. Barry and Keith bring their scallops back to shore, where they wait for Shirley to finish looking for a few more scallops so they can continue eating their meal. They talk to each other and joke around with the kids, bragging about who got the most scallops compared to the other. Shirley was completely captivated by the things that she was seeing and the sensation that she was having. She was taken aback when she suddenly discovered that she had acquired a great deal more scallops than she had anticipated. She gradually reorientated herself and made her way back to her family, who lived on property. A big white shark measuring around 22 feet in length and possessing an insatiable appetite emerges from the depths of the ocean. It is searching for the next meal it will eat. It has an amazing ability to sense low-frequency vibrations in the water, such as a wounded fish, which would immediately make it very curious given how hungry the animal is. It uses its jet black eyes to look for movement, and it has an amazing ability to sense low-frequency vibrations in the water. It is essential knowledge to be aware that there are 2 different kinds of shark attacks. To put it another way, there are primarily 2 categories that can be applied to shark attacks. The first type of attack occurs when a person instigates a shark's aggression towards them, which has occurred on more than a few occasions and resulted in attacks. The second type of assault occurs when a shark does so without being provoked in any way. Attacks that were not launched by anyone are referred to as attacks. When this occurs, the shark attacks a person because it is either curious about the person or, less frequently, because it wants to consume the person. The great white shark is getting closer and closer to Shirley, but at the same time, it is frantically scanning the water for any sign of movement. As it came closer, Shirley's body started to become visible close to the surface of the water, which was approximately 7 feet deep. As she approaches Barry and Keith in the water, Shirley is ignorant of the fact that she is in the shark's line of sight. Shirley is catapulted several feet into the air while the shark still has her torso in its teeth when it takes aim and breaches, in a scenario that could have been taken directly from a horror movie. The beast lands with a loud thud, slamming its jaws down harder to hold on to her body, crushing helpless Shirley's torso with its enormous jaws and huge bite force, and then violently shaking its head from side to side, which is what most sharks usually do to rip off limbs, thick skin, and other tough body parts. Shirley is crushed by its huge jaws and enormous bite force. When the room turns blood red, the adults and children, who are still paralyzed with fear, watch helplessly as the beast continues to attack poor Shirley. Barry bursts out of his startled stupor and attempts to plunge into the river after her, but Keith and the kids hold him back as the sad husband shouts, "She's gone! She's gone!" The adults and children remain still as they watch Shirley's body drift around face down in the lake. In front of her family and Keith, who continued to stare in terror, the shark had completely severed her body from the waist down. In an instant, the great white shark appears again, and in front of their very eyes, rips Shirley's head completely off her body. It then swiftly swims off into the depths of the water after rapidly turning its back to the horizon. The story doesn't end here though. Reports said that rescuers tried to get Shirley's body out of the water, but they were never able to find it. Even though Shirley Ann's family worked hard for days to find at least a piece of her body, there was no sign of her torso, and the search was eventually called off. Later, it was thought that the great white had come back for Shirley's body a third and final time to finish off what was left of her for good, leaving Barry and the children with only memories, both good and bad, of the woman they all loved the most. It was one of the worst bear attacks in North American history. That's it for today. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to share and press the bell icon for more regular updates.